Greetings. It's April the 17th, 2025. I'm Thomas Caldwell of the Aurelian Column, and this is the Midweek Report. Everyone is talking about the Amazon spaceflight, if you can call it that. I'm speaking, of course, of the Blue Origin rocket that went up with 6 grown-up girls, screaming and giggling into the high atmosphere and down again. That's not a space flight, nor are the passengers astronauts. They're not crew, they're passengers, basically on a very expensive elevator ride. In the last half century, there have been many accomplished women who have spent decades of hard work to become astronauts. And some died on real missions, namely the Challenger and Columbia disasters. Such nonsense is an affront to their memory and the blood, sweat, and tears every female has endured in order to do what they really wanted to do with their life. So let us not dwell on this nonsense or the people or companies that have partaken in it, shall we? Oh, and did you see the video of the girls opening the door on their rocket-propelled elevator? Only to have it shut again so Mr. Bezos could have his photo op. Yeah, everyone did. Yeah, they closed the door and then they put a ramp up there and all the other fun things. I also found it kind of funny how the Blue Origin capsule didn't seem to have any marks on it from re-entry. Not a scratch. I wonder why. I guess it didn't go up that high. Please keep this whole sad, undignified episode in mind the next time your Amazon Prime membership is up for renewal. In other news, Joe Biden is still alive, sort of. He gave a speech in Chicago, more like a meandering dialogue from a man who was obviously mentally impaired. Much of what he tried to talk about was Social Security. It was mostly nonsense. Anyone willing to check anything he said will find that out. Still, it's worth watching his entire speech from beginning to end. I recommend it strongly. My guess is more people will regret they supported him than are sorry to see him go. And speaking of government corruption, the Attorney General of New York State seems to be in trouble. Letitia James, remember her? The one who accused Donald Trump of real estate fraud and prosecuted the man ruthlessly. I forget how many felonies it is now, but he still got elected president. Well, she's now being accused of, ta-da, real estate fraud. The claim is she falsified real estate records to get more favorable loan terms on a home she has in Virginia, claiming it as her primary residence. And she's the Attorney General of New York State. How's that possible? Interesting. Now, to be fair, Ms. James is innocent until proven guilty, and she hasn't even been indicted yet. But it does seem funny that anyone who goes after Donald Trump seems to run into an almost divine retribution, or their rifle misses by a fraction of an inch. Really weird that. This is going to be a story to watch, people, a fun story to watch. Don't miss out. Now, although the headlines have been dominated by silly girls in space and sillier girls in Disney movies, the fact that the Middle East could be set to explode into a potential world war is being conveniently ignored by too many Americans, especially those in positions of power. Now, there's a lot of reports of bombers that are being sent to Diego Garcia, war plans against Iran if they don't negotiate about their weapons programs, and missiles being pointed at Israel, and things going on still in Gaza, and yeah. A lot of stuff there. But that's not the real problem, believe it or not. There is a fraction of American society that always loves to hear about how the military is bombing this country or that country, or has killed off this terrorist leader or that government leader or something along those lines, all while sitting around sipping their drink in a bar or sipping their beer on a living room sofa, watching the boob tube. All the time spouting phrases like, "We'll kick their ass," or "We can take them on any day," or something along those lines. Well, such naive and stupid thinking is the hallmark of current American society in too many places. And for our own sake and the sake of the world, it's got to stop. Anybody who wants a war with anybody, especially these days, is insane. Iran, or its effective allies, namely Russia and China, are not pushovers. They're not going to be people that are going to sit back and just do nothing if they're attacked or if they're provoked. And it doesn't matter what the Israeli government or its supporters in the United States want, which is, namely, Israel holding a monopoly on the possession of nuclear weapons in the Middle East. That's what it's about, folks. That and religion, which much of the turmoil in that part of the world is all about, and has been for a long, long time. Just nobody likes to mention that too much, do they? Yeah, nuclear weapons and God. What an interesting combination. Sad, though, it's not really funny, it's tragic that Christians in what was once Syria are being slaughtered as I speak. Brutally. Nobody of that particular branch of the Abrahamic faith seems to care about that too much. Syria is home to Christian traditions and communities dating back to the time of the Romans, and they're now being extinguished, along with the people who comprise them. And just in time for Easter, sorry, for the life of me, I cannot wrap my head around that. People of faith do have to get their priorities straight. Anyway, war is not a sport, and it certainly is not a computer game. It involves real people, real blood, and real death, often the most horrible kind. There's nothing good about it, which is why it is to be avoided at all costs. Now, those of you who are cheering on our team, please stop. Please stop wishing and hoping, and in some insane cases, praying that the Middle East and possibly the world will become engulfed in fire. Not everyone thinks that's a good idea. Nothing good will come of it, nor can it ever be considered a blessing of heaven. The divine force behind creation, whatever it may be, if it's anything, is not insane. That's it for today. If you appreciate my work, please like, subscribe, and share. Share with your friends and share with your enemies. And please consider a paid subscription. It keeps the lights on literally and figuratively. I can be reached at feedback@aureliancolumn.com. That's feedback@aureliancolumn.com. I'm up on X. My handle there is MICCAMPEN. That's MICCAMPEN. This podcast originates on Substack. My address there is aureliancolumn.substack.com, and if you send me a direct message, I will receive it. Until we meet again, be good, be safe, be vigilant, and remember, clown world and the deep state must be destroyed. Good day.